Hello and welcome to this week's edition of The Morning After from Engadget. My name is Matt Smith and each week I take a tour of the most interesting, if not the biggest, tech stories of the last 7 days. And this week around we're talking about the Las Vegas Loop, which is like the Hyperloop. You can't call it the Hyperloop because that's actually a company name, that's a different one, but they're all about tunneling around. And this one's by the Elon Musk one. It's a boring company because they're boring, they're making tunnels in holes. And graphics, can you just save me please? Graphics, let's go. So yes, we're talking about the problems with the boring company's Vegas Loop. It, surprisingly, hasn't solved the traffic problems of Las Vegas just yet. When Elon Musk's boring company pitched the idea of its Vegas Loop, the idea was it would reduce gridlock in some of the most busiest parts of the city, offering a new transport solution that isn't a monorail. Now, it hasn't been the transport game changer the company has promised just yet. People are pretty much just being taxied by pretty ordinary Tesla vehicles in tunnels and terminals that are often pretty difficult to get to. At least that was my experience earlier this year when I tried to ride it in Las Vegas. And let me tell you, I know how to Vegas. This whole tunnel transit system is also only open to conference attendees and not the general public. However, there are still already problems. Yes, according to Fortune, the boring company's regular reports show that there have been at least 67 trespassing incidents since 2022, and 22 instances of other vehicles following Teslas into the tunnels and stations. Boring's monthly reports to the authorities also showed several instances of property damage, theft, technical issues or injuries, near misses, and trespassing or intrusions. Some curated highlights include a skateboarder that snuck into the tunnels through a passenger pickup station, and 2 people that were found sleeping in one of those tunnel stations. So we were all a bit blindsided by this. Nintendo announced new hardware. So we've been waiting and waiting, and Nintendo has finally decided to do the right thing and announce a smart alarm clock. Yes, the Alarmo is a $100 alarm clock with motion sensors that let you snooze it based on your movements, but there's of course also a physical snooze button as well. Now, the clock itself wouldn't really look out of place in a Super Mario world, and you can set the clock's backgrounds with scenes inspired by the likes of Super Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda, Splatoon 3, Pikmin 4, and Ring Fit Adventures? Nintendo has already said it plans to add even more games as updates in the future. When it's time to wake up, Alarmo will even use music and sound effects from those very games. Like I said, it is also a little bit smart as well. You'll also be able to check how much you moved around while you slept, and the clock can even offer gentle sounds and music to drift off to as well. For now, however, it's only available if you're a Nintendo Switch Online member and are paying that monthly membership fee. You can order the $100 Alarmo online now, and Nintendo says it will be available at retail early next year. Yeah, it's been a really random week for news. Green Day's Dookie has been demastered for the Game Boy, a toothbrush, and a Billy Bass singing fish, all to mark the album's 30th anniversary. While other classic albums of the past often get remastered for their big anniversaries, Green Day, with the help of art studio Brain, went in the opposite lo-fi direction. Yes, the band is re-releasing the music on defunct and/or incredibly inconvenient formats in unpredictably very limited runs. So if you're rich enough and a big enough Green Day fan, you can hear what Basket Case sounds like through a big mouth Billy Bass, or listen to Welcome to Paradise on a Game Boy cartridge. Other formats available include an answering machine, a toothbrush, an animatronic stuffed toy, a floppy disk, a doorbell, a Fisher-Price record, a hit clip if you remember those, and, this is crazy, even a mini disc. Meta's Threads may be the best respite if you're sick and tired of X/Twitter, but you've probably already encountered some engagement bait in your For You feed. I say probably because it's pretty much half of my feed. Now, however, Instagram chief Adam Mosseri says the company is working to get it under control after yet another spike in those kind of posts. One of the big problems here is because Meta's Threads defaults to an algorithmic For You feed, engagement bait style posts attract a lot of replies, meaning they often go viral and are seen by even more people. Even if it's a type of content many of us, most of us, all of us, people don't want to see. And yeah, we added a camera 3. The prompts are usually low quality and dumb. Think movie misquotes, think rage bait about making a cup of tea in an air fryer, or Ask Reddit style questions for either obvious answers or baiting fans. And because engagement bait like this takes all these different forms, addressing it could be tricky. Meta also hasn't quite explained why it's proved so easy to game the Threads algorithm to go viral as well. And that was your morning after. Thanks once again for watching along. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back bright and early next Saturday for even more of the same. And who knows, maybe we'll get the budget for a 4th camera.